Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Siddersknits podcast. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Arlene.
And we make up the Siddersknits team. You can find us on Instagram. I would say Ravelry, but I don't really do anything on there. I check it to buy patterns and that's about it.
I've been doing a little bit more on there. Mm-hmm.
I'd like to, but to just post like pictures of my projects. But actually my husband had come up with an idea to he's like, oh, next year you should get like a poster board and then put a picture of every project you finish. And I was like, well, I have my Instagram. But I was like, that would be kind of cool at the end of the year. Because he's like, you give so much of it away. And then to have like just a board of, I did this year. And kind of compare it each year. Because each year I seem to make more and more. But I am Siddersknits on Instagram.
And I'm stitchnscrap. And we'll have, I'm sure,
Yeah, I have it just on our show notes. I put it like the first thing right there. Our names. All right.
And I'm Designwitharlene on Instagram. And you're Siddersknits.
Well, I was saying Siddersknits is my Instagram. And you're Designwitharlene on Instagram. And then Ravelry, I'm syderad. And you're stitchnscrap on Ravelry. Yeah. Okay. Well, ready for mission accomplished?
I am. I actually have something this time.
I know. I think I have something too.
Yeah. Good. You want to go first or you want me to?
You can. I think you have two things. So
I do.
Even go back and forth.
Okay. All right, so these are the socks that I probably have shown. I don't know. Anyway.
No, last time you showed the yarn because you had just gotten the yarn. So you showed the yarn last time.
All right, so this is from the Arkansas Yarn Company. Arkansas Yarn. And it is the Wicked Awesome colorway. So I made just the sock, and it's the Hermione Everyday Sock pattern. And I love the way these socks turned out. So I just did the pattern all the way up until where the heel. I'm going to put the afterthought heel in, and then of course I just knit on the bottom part of the foot, and then did the pattern up on the top here. So
pretty.
I really like that. I wanted to make this before I made that pattern, the bloom, the little dress for Belle, because I know because it's October. So so I have the two of those right there. Really excited. And then this one is made with, it's a yarn by, I think it's
Gnome something.
Gnome Acres. It's Gnome Acres, but I guess they're not in business anymore. I looked them up. I know, I was really sad. Because look at the logo. I just thought that was so cute. Yeah. And the colorway is Pumpkin Patch. Yeah. Oh. So I made a little hat, like a little bun hat, like a messy, they call it a messy bun hat. So there's a little opening there, and it's funny because when I just showed it and we were looking at it, and I thought that hole was just really small. It seemed like compared to the pattern. But
the one because I made the other one because you used the same pattern that I did, but you cast on a different because it was a different weight yarn, right? Yes. And so I think that could be part of it. It's like a small hole, but the hole on the one I had was so big. So
yeah,
like maybe in between the two.
That's true. And that's right, because at the very last three are that's when you really decrease a lot. You just quite a bit of decreasing. Yeah. But see, it looks cute on you. I was telling her, you try it on here because she looks way cuter than I like. But it's gonna serve its purpose, and
it'll be
it's
good.
fall colors. So
and I like tight hats. I don't like loose hats. It's kind of a style right now, like looser hats, and I'm not.
You like the tighter hats? Okay.
Yeah, where it's like a beanie instead of kind of a slouchy hat.
Right. Well, and then this yarn, so I made that hat, and then I have this much left over. I'll have to weigh it and see if I have enough to actually make another one. But I love the color, and this is beautiful. And this was one of the yarns that I got from my fiber share partner. So we did fiber share this year. They have it a couple times a year?
Yeah, they do it 2 or 3 times
I'm new to it, so I'm not really familiar as much what they do. So this was one of the yarns that she gave me in my package, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's so cute. You got a really good
I did. So I had a really, really good partner.
Yeah.
So
I mailed mine out a week early, which is pretty exciting. I mailed it out Friday, so it should get to my partner Monday. So I'm super excited.
And I mailed mine out before we left on vacation, so it was the end of September, which is really a first for me because I'm always running on the deadline.
You were like a week before because you had the international deadline. Yes, right? So you were a week before that one.
So anyway, I thought, and it was an easy knit. It was just just the knit one, purl one, the ribbing, and then the pattern is, I actually have it here, I think. Anyway, it was the, what is it called? Just Messy Bun Hat.
Was it? I think it was like Bun Hat 2 or
Messy. I did the Messy,
Messy
Bun Hat.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the.
Oh, is it a different pattern than what I did?
Is yours the 2?
No, this is different.
Oh,
I think
is
mine
it?
was 2. That must be why. Yeah.
So this is, I found it on Ravelry, and it's a free pattern. And because though I did not have the size of yarn, and I wanted to use this particular yarn, this calls for, what was it? Was it chunky? It's bulky. Yeah. And I had the Aran weight. So I looked up a hat, and this is called Messy Bun Hat. It's by Red Heart.
Okay.
And I looked that up, and so I just used the
the stitch
medium.
counts, right?
Okay. And I went on the medium, I think. So I cast on 92 stitches. So I used the measurements for this one, for the correct weight, and then, but I did the pattern
With that, yeah.
Right, so that's what I did on that one.
So my finished object that I have are a pair of socks.
Look at those.
And they are done. They are for my friend's birthday. That was, I think, yesterday. And it's one of my coworkers, and she's back to work tomorrow. She was out of town last week, so I was pretty proud of myself. I still need to block them, so they might be like a day or two late, but that's pretty darn good because they're done. I did like vanilla socks. I did a twisted rib, one by one, and then I used 1.5, like a size 1.5. I can't remember what the millimeters are, but and I did 60 stitches. I think I probably could have gone down
really
to like 56 because you can even kind of tell on here they're just kind of like, it's a little loose. Like even in the leg, it would seem more loose than like in the foot. So I could have probably gone down a little bit more, but they still work. I was wearing them around last night, but I could have gone down a little bit. Yeah, and I did an afterthought heel just because with the self striping, and I tried to match them up. They actually match up pretty good. They're just a little tiny smidge different from each other, but overall they're pretty darn close for the stripes and stuff. And this yarn is called House Colors Gryffindor by the Yarn Jar Shop. So it is
so cute,
Gryffindor
yeah.
yarn because she likes Harry Potter. So I got this yarn just for her socks for Harry Potter and Gryffindor.
Yeah, I love those colors. And right away when you pull them out, like,
yeah,
you can,
and that's what,
Harry
like
Potter.
everyone that's seen them, they're like, those are Harry Potter socks, like, because my husband, he was like, oh, it's Harry Potter, and then his friend was over the other day, and I think my husband goes, what do those remind you of? And he goes, Harry Potter. Yep. Sure enough,
I
that's
like
what it is.
those. Yeah.
So yeah, they should need to be blocked, and yeah, I can just tell they're a little loose, but that's okay. I'll just remember that for next time that I'm using that size to maybe go down just a few more stitches, and I think that would just make them fit a little bit better, and it'll be faster, less stitches.
Yeah, and I
faster.
like these.
Yeah, these blockers, I got these. I have this size, and then I have a bigger size. I got them at Jimmy Bean's Wool.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, so funny story. That they remind me of when I was a kid, way back when. But when I was a kid, my mom, grandma, used to hang out the clothes, and she would hang my dad's jeans. I remember that. And there used to be like a little metal insert. I'm so dating myself now. And she would put them inside the jeans, so that way the jeans would not be wrinkled.
That's funny.
There really is such a thing. I don't know what it's called, but
Yeah.
we'll have to look it up now. Huh? You're gonna wonder what it was, but
Yeah, that
that's
makes
what it reminds
sense,
me. And it used to have where you could like at the bottom make it wider or skinnier depending on the size of the jean.
That's cool.
So then you would take them off the line, and they would be like these stiff things that are.
That's funny. But
Straight.
it makes sense because I hang up
Yeah.
Alex's jeans, and they get kind of wrinkled, so I just throw them in the dryer for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But because otherwise they get too tight, and so we try not to put his jeans in the dryer. I forget, but I try not to, and then I just like hang them over the bathtub or something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can check those out. Maybe,
Yeah, then we can
maybe
do
little
that.
vintage things that you can purchase.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all of our finished stuff.
That's
so
good
now,
though. We did good.
Yeah, stitches started.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Because you
I
said you
don't have any.
Okay.
I just finished that hat.
Let me grab them.
Yeah, that hat. I get together with some girls that scrapbook. We've been scrapbooking for years, and we used to work at a scrapbook store, all of us. And so the owner of who used to own that, and her sister, and a bunch of us, we get together. I guess quarterly it's going to be now. So I brought my knitting, but other people bring different things too.
Yeah.
So you can scrapbook, you can knit, whatever you want to do, and it's. I love these people. You know, when you just get a good set of friends, that's who they are. So it was fun.
Yeah. So I have a few things that I've started. This one I finished when we were on vacation, and I kind of made the cuff really long, or the leg really long. Not really intentionally. I added a couple extra rows from what the pattern said, but then it's a lot longer. But my husband wears boots all the time for work, so it'll be fine. But it just was kind of funny. I was like, this is a really long leg. These are the slack-tied socks. So I talked about these last time, and I got one done. I love them. I think the colors are really pretty. I can't remember the names, but these are Knit Picks yarns, and they are, like, I think this one's called Newport. Oh, this one's Newport, and this one's Klamath Falls. So they're named after places. Like when we go up there, we had lunch in Klamath Falls, and then Newport is like not where we stay, but we go there for crabbing and different things. So it just, like, I really wanted the yarn that was inspired by Oregon, because that's where we're going. I finished them in Oregon.
And we
patterns called slack tied, like just all around it. Just
and we talked about that at our last podcast too, going there. So.
Yeah, and so we went there and had a lot of fun. And here's the sock that I finished while I was there, and I love it.
These are the socks I was working on there too.
Yeah, we were knitting while we were there. Actually, and I had started the other ones too. That's why I have a little bit more done this time than normal. And then this weekend I started little baby socks.
Aww.
So I have one done, and I will do the other one this week. It's a friend of ours is having a baby. Well, it's actually kind of like the friend of ours, her son's son's girlfriend is having a baby, I think.
Do I know them?
Yeah. Gretz. She was in
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, when I found out they were having a baby, I really wanted to make something, and so I figured little baby socks. So I followed, it's a knitting expat, I think her name is Mina Phillips, and this is like her baby sock pattern. And so it's just basically a vanilla sock, and then I did a fish lips kiss heel, but I did it where it was like I knit every row, so it's like a garter stitch kind of heel to kind of make it different, but the heel is so tiny that I don't know if I really like it because it's kind of this tiny little wedge on there. So I thought, just something different, but it's pretty cute, little tiny baby sock.
So what size needles did you use?
I used 1.5 because I couldn't find my ones.
Okay, so 1.5, and then what? Like really small, or did you use like a magic loop?
Magic loop.
Okay.
Yeah, I did magic loop.
Cute.
Yeah. So, and it just takes a little while, like a couple hours to make one. So I just need to finish the other one, and then I'll block them and can mail them off, because I think the baby's due in November. So sometime, well, this month is almost over. We have like 2 more weeks of October. I can't believe it. The Halloween is that close.
I know.
Sneaking up on me too fast. So I need to get these done and mailed out this month. Cute. So little baby sock.
Cute.
And then I grabbed this, but it really doesn't look much different from the last time, except that I've pulled it out again. I finished the sleeve. I haven't put it on other yarn yet, but I just tried it on, and so the sleeve one is done of the sweater for Carter. So, which he told me he wants me to keep this on it. He goes, can you keep that on it when you give it to me? It's like, it's pretty, I want it. But just, all it is just a sleeve. This color it's a Knit Picks yarn, Stroll, I think, DK. The band isn't in here. I want to say it's like something, it's a heather, but I can't remember what it is. And it's pretty, it's a little bit more like red than I thought it was going to be, or kind of purpley. I thought it was going to be like a brown. But it's still really pretty. It's pretty soft, and it's a sleeve, and this is for the Strange Brew sweater, which actually, so it was a pattern kind of by itself for a sweater, and then she just came out with like a book where it has the same sweater, but then it has other sweaters too, so I just bought that. But this is just a sleeve, and you do both sleeves and do the body and then join it all together to do like the yoke and the top, which is kind of good because then you do the fun part last and you do like the sleeves first and the body, and that's like kind of the not as fun part, and then you do the fun part with like the colors and stuff up top. So doing that.
Fun.
I think I still hear my daughter is not going to sleep. I think I still hear her
I
like
think I
singing
heard
in her
something
crib.
too, and so
She isn't crying, so that's good, but she's also not sleeping, and she should be.
and then she'll be really cranky about 5 or 6, and then
and have to go to bed really early.
then
She
wake
doesn't
up
want to take a
early.
nap. I know, well that too. Tomorrow's Monday, so we go back to work and everything. So she needs to take a nap. I told her to go to sleep a few times. I said, go to sleep, and she's like playing with her blankets and it's like, hi.
He doesn't want to.
And then she tells me to lay down with her. I said, no, I have to go talk to Grandma. Lay down. Go to bed.
That's cute. She's cute.
Yes. I think I guess that's it for Stitches Started.
Yeah.
So now, projects in the queue.
Projects in the queue. Well, I guess that would be, because I'm right in between, because I finished that hat really like late last night. So because I came home, and then finished it because I wanted to show it to all of you guys that it was finished. So that was finished that, and I think I'm going to make that bloom. I know I have that's in my queue. So
We talked about that last time, right?
yeah,
That
we already have that. So that will be my next project.
That'll be really cute.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in like a weird. I'm kind of over socks.
I'm kind of feeling that too, but
Yeah.
the only thing with that is I was thinking of that. I really like that because when we do so many of them, then we know we can just cast on this much. We can do the heel. We can do. I told her, was it yesterday, the day before? I finally did that Kitchener stitch for the toe of my sock without having to look it up on YouTube. So it was the first time I did it without. So I'm kind of like, well, I have so much sock yarn. And that was something else that I got. And I love all the colors. Well, I had that sock yarn from her sister. Is that what it's called?
Oh, Hey Sister.
Hey Sister. Sorry.
Yes, she got Hey Sister yarn.
It's beautiful. So
I still don't have any. I was kind of jealous when I saw that.
it's from my Fiber Share partner.
I was like, you got Hey Sister yarn in there?
So I thought, oh, I really want to do, but I thought, no, I need to work on that bloom, and it's going to take me some thought processing because it's not just straight knit or whatever. So it's okay.
Yeah, and that's like also I've been doing a lot. Like it seemed like a lot of people had birthdays at once, and so it just seems like I've been doing a lot of gift knitting lately, which is fun, but it's just kind of like I'm glad that I've kind of passed all the birthdays because it just was kind of a lot all at once, and so I want to make something else, and that's why I grabbed my son's sweater out again because I want to start working on that because it's getting into the cooler months, so I'd like to have that done because kids grow, so if I don't finish it this year, then it probably won't fit him next year. So it's like I need to do that, and so I have a sleeve done. That's kind of what I'm going to start working on next. I have another gift. So a friend of mine is having a baby girl. This is her rainbow baby. It's Paige. So I really want to make something for her. And her baby's due, I think, around Christmas.
Oh, really?
She's having a girl.
Really? That quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was thinking of making a little baby sweater. Probably I want to use that same Strange Brew pattern. So just be kind of a basic sweater, and then I'll do some color work up here on the top. And so I got this at Jimmy Bean's Wool, and it's Lorna's Laces Shepherd Worsted in the Gable colorway because I saw this super pretty.
This color.
So I got this. It's really pretty. And then as the main color, I got this Vanna's Choice just in black. I'm going to see how it works because this is, wool yarn. This is acrylic. I think, it's 100% super washable. I didn't get all of it in this because this is $20, and then if I have to get 2 of these, there's $60 for a baby sweater. That just, to me, I'm like, it's a baby sweater. I don't want to pay $60 to make a baby sweater. So we're gonna see how this goes because This yarn's okay. I think you've used it for stuff. I think I've used it for
I
stuff.
have.
And it's okay. So I'm going to see how it knits up. Because I'll be doing this first with like the sleeves and stuff. And I'll just see. I'm hoping it works out. I mean, I know it's not going to be like when you feel it and stuff, it's not going to feel like the wool and stuff, but it's for a baby. And a lot of times too, like, you know, they have more sensitive skin, the wool, you know, if they're wearing wool, it might not be as, you know, it might irritate them or something. So I figured more of the acrylic yarn and then just having an accent with this wool on the top, because I just think that would be so pretty. That this,
It's so
like,
funny because I look at it, I'm like,
through
oh,
this
gray. Like I would have thought
oh
pair like
yeah,
a gray with it.
that actually probably would have been really
But that's
pretty.
okay. Just try it.
Yeah. Now you have me thinking, because this, I mean, I just got this at Michael's. I could even return it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, a gray might
See how
have been more
it's
pretty.
kind of muted colors?
Yeah,
And then
that might have been kind of prettier, just because I was thinking, oh, like contrast, but yeah, so maybe I'll have to reconsider, because now that you say that, I kind of think gray would have looked better. Even, like, I like this, but especially for a baby, like, this is more maybe for, like, an adult.
Yeah,
And then a baby, it might look prettier if it was gray, like a little gray. Because this yarn comes in like every color, and I might have lost the receipt, but I could probably still.
Well, and it's black. You can.
Yeah.
I think you.
Oh
can
yeah, I mean I can make probably
yeah.
hats and stuff like that, or
We
something
all
else.
need black yarn.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Just put it in your stash bucket. And
Yeah.
Just
Too
add
much,
to it.
Yeah. We'll see, but now that you say that, you're making me think, and that might actually look better.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So anyway,
You're
making
like,
that.
Mom, she did it again.
Yeah. So making that
It's
for
cute.
her, and I just
I love that yarn.
wanna get
And
that.
that is, yeah.
and I
That's special.
yeah, because that's someone I was like, I really want to make something nice for her. So,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be, I'm gonna make the small size, so it won't take that long, and it's worsted weight. So that was kind of the like, because I was just saying how I'm like, ugh, kind of like done with a bunch of gift stuff, but that's fun for me. I do like the color work. I like doing color work, and then it's worsted, so it's gonna just go a lot faster. And I think it'll be a good. I think that's a good choice. Like, I wouldn't want to do a fingering weight sweater, because I did make one of those for my daughter last year, and it never ended.
Is that
She
the one
still
that
wears
she's
it.
wearing?
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
small. She
It's
still
cute,
wears
though.
it.
It's
Though.
cute
It is
'cause
kind
it's
of
kinda
cute.
too small,
So
but
like, if
she-
her shirt's kind of long, it's like
Yeah.
a cute little crop sweater on her. and-
She layers it. It's cute.
yeah, so it's still cute, but it is too small for her. Part of that is also like my gauge was off. I didn't even check my gauge. I think I knit a little small, so I think for sweaters I'm gonna have to start going up a needle size, because I've noticed that like even the sleeve for Carter's sweater is, I think, a little tighter than it should be. Like, my gauge seemed pretty close, but I just think that overall I probably knit a little too tight for like the sweaters and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other project I'm thinking I want to start is going to be it's called Tecumseh, I think, sweater. It's by Caitlin Hunter, and it's funny because I wasn't really like drawn to it. It's got interesting design. So it's like an oversized sweater, and then it has like these pretty, I think they call them like feather designs or something, and then kind of like these little like plus signs almost on it, and like has like a couple layers of them, and it's an oversized sweater. But I saw one that I just loved, because they did like not quite short sleeves, but like, and not quite 3/4, just somewhere like right after here. So they cut the sleeves down, and then they I've seen some where people start the sleeves earlier, because it has like really drop sleeves where like the sleeves start like here, and I'm like, that would be kind of an awkward shape. But I've seen where some people start the sleeves sooner, like so that they're closer to like your armpit versus like your belly. And so I'm thinking about starting that, because I found a kit for it that's not super expensive, and it's a DK weight, so it's not fingering weight, but it's not as big as worsted. But I really want to make something for me, but it's hard because sweaters take so long that I'm like, is that a bad idea? And then I have yarn for a fingering weight sweater, but I really don't want to do that, because that's just tiny, and like I don't want to do that. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do.
It's funny because that's why I think I stick with socks, because they're small enough, but still they take up a lot of time. But you see the progress and you're finished fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even though I like the idea of sweaters, but
Yeah. And that's why I just like, I don't know. But I kind of want to, because I'm kind of to the point now where I'm like, okay, I could start, doing some other stuff, because I've gotten through like things I need to get done.
Yeah.
And I mean, I need to finish that second sock, but that's one like I can have that
are you doing any
one
socks
sock going.
for Christmas?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I was thinking for Christmas I might make some like dishcloths for people with a soap, like one of those
I've done that before.
handmade soaps, but that's kind of the extent. I think I'm mostly just gonna buy stuff. I've been making a lot of gifts for birthdays, and I've told people that, like, here's your birthday gift because I'm not making you a Christmas gift.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. But overall, and I'd rather make like some Christmas socks for my kids or things like that instead of so many gifts, and it gets just too much.
Yeah, it's stressful, and you're trying to finish everything, and then it's not as fun as when you're planning it and you want to give it to them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like getting, like, when knitting is supposed to be like fun for me and like relaxing, and once it gets to where it's not fun, it's like a stressful thing, I don't enjoy it. And I was like, I knit to enjoy it, not to like blah, here's a deadline, blah, trying to get all these gifts done, and then it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
yeah. Okay, so now on to our random recommendation. You have a good
I have
one.
a random recommendation. So I think I've talked about it before. I'm a big scrapbooker too. And so I have been, scrapbooking now is a lot different than it used to be when I first started, like, 15, 16, longer.
Yeah,
like
probably
20 years ago was when I first started. So back then it was just all, you didn't have a lot to choose from. And it was all paper, and there still is. We still like to scrapbook. A lot of my friends still scrapbook with paper and that kind of thing. But now I've seen more digital, and I really was not. I didn't want to go more digital because I thought, no, it's going to take away from my creativity and that kind of thing. But I found an app, and I've had it for a while, but I just haven't really sat down and played with it. And so when we were on vacation, we went on that road trip. And we had a lot of time that we could just downtime on the road. You're just sitting in the car. So I got I downloaded. It's called a Project Life app. In fact, I'll find it on my phone, and you can see it. And it's called Project Life. It's by Becky Higgins. And does this show backwards when you?
I think so.
Okay,
but
that's what it looks like. Yeah, right there. And so what you can do is you can actually just you can go in, and there's templates that you can have, and you can change them up. So if you want a different kind, it brings that up. And then say you want to, you can add either a photo. There's like a little icon there, and you can add a photo, or you can add a journaling box. And then some of them are for free. They have different kits that you can purchase, and they're like 99 cents or $1.99. So if you're a scrapbooker and you make this, that that's not a bad price at all, because you can reuse it over and over. So let's say I want to make, fill it with some kind of a filler card, a journaling card or something. So it comes up with all of the ones that I have, and then also some that you can purchase too as well. And so let's say you want to get, this one, and it gives you ideas, and you just push which one you want, and it's in there just like that. I mean, that's so easy. I love it. And then if you want to put a picture in there, you can scroll onto that. I'll put a picture in really quickly. Oh, how about my socks? Okay, so I put that in. I'll show you the whole thing. And then you just add it in, and then you can also journal too. So you can even use the microphone.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
So you can say, let's go over here. Here on this one, there's a little box. It's got it looks like paper and a pencil. And you can type, or you can actually press the little microphone and say, I love to make socks. And then you can see it says, I love to make socks. So you can just do so much with it. And so that's my recommendation. You can, once they're done, you can print them out. And I brought my thing here just super quick. But, so they're printed out. Have you seen this?
I haven't.
Yeah, so this was last year's. So.
Oh, from vacation last year. Yeah, it is kind of glary. There you go.
So there is that, there's that. Yeah, and so you can see where I inserted. I added journaling, I inserted just some filler cards. And I know there's a lot more that you can do with it, I'm still kind of new at this, but there's another one. This was
That
last
same
year.
trip, yeah, last year.
And they have different sizes. So this happens to be a 12 by 12. You can also get books made if you want to. But I just have so many scrapbooks. Yeah.
My little baby.
Yeah. And then I got them printed at, it's called Persnickety Prints. It's not in here. I was thinking, oh, is this it? So it's Persnickety Prints. There's an app for that too as well. And then when they have sales, they go and have sales. So it was a really good buy that I got. And I love the quality. I kept hearing about how well the quality is. I don't know if you just, I was thinking if I could just show where it says Persnickety Prints somewhere.
Does it? Oh, yeah, they all.
Yeah, just, they'll give you these little cards and they give you like a discount, like $10 off if you purchase, I think, some Christmas holiday cards. So
Yeah,
I did order 8x8s too as well, and I ordered 12 by 12s, and they have like, I think 6x8 you can get, and so
that's cool.
Yeah.
Just put them in here. Oh,
And
I'm gonna look at this
a
one.
lot. Okay, so it's saving time. I'm hoping it's going to save space because my family's starting to say you have too many scrapbooks. So I'm hoping it's going to save space, and then you can do it anywhere. And you don't have to. I have a craft room that takes up so much because I've just accumulated so many scrapbook supplies, and so I thought wouldn't this be fun if I could kind of sort of go to that. I think I still always scrapbook a little bit because it's fun, just like knitting is fun. But anyway, so if you're looking for an app or going digital with journaling, memory keeping, really check out that Becky Higgins Project Life.
That's my goal too, because you were showing me, and I was just re-putting it on my phone, and because I want to do that, and I was thinking, okay, like, so I get so overwhelmed because I haven't really done anything at all. Because I was like, okay, should I start from when I got married, or like, well, should I start from when my husband and I started dating? Like, then you start getting to like, oh, where do I start? So I was like, okay, if I just start with 2018, I think all of those pictures are like accessible on my phone. So if I just start there and then could go backwards later, like if, but just because I just get too overwhelmed, so then I just don't do anything. Yeah. But
and it is hard. It's hard to do, and then sometimes you feel so much pressure that's overwhelming, and you just, I'm not going to start it at all. So, and that's, I think you'll see that in here I made the 8x8s for the girls.
Yeah.
So I have, and I thought it's for life books, and I'm sharing that with other people, because if you have multiple children and you want to make a scrapbook or memory keeping for each one of your kids, you can basically make the same layout, and then you can just change the journaling up a little bit so it pertains to that particular child, and then change out the photos, and that's all. You just change it and then print it out, and you can save it. So you save it onto your phone, and then you upload the whole page to like your choice. Like I did Persnickety Prints, and then and the quality is amazing. So anyway, okay, enough said. That was my random recommendation.
Yeah, I like it. Now I want to go make some pages.
Yeah, see? And I was thinking, someone I saw, it just said take 31 minutes a day. And I was talking to you about that. I'm like, seriously, I'm on, I'm checking my social media, which I'm trying to not do as much, but I could easily do that for 31 minutes. So I just don't do that.
Yeah,
and
do that instead. Yeah.
So.
Recipe. Do you have one?
I was just going to talk about that Tupperware microwave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your cooker.
Yeah. But.
And I was trying to think, because I've been actually cooking a little bit more. I had like a basic chicken noodle soup recipe, but then I'm making those pasties tonight.
Yes.
And if they turn out good, I'd want to share that
recipe.
So I'm having a hard time deciding what to do, because like, I could like insert little pictures of those if they turn out good. I could do that.
You can do that, and we'll share that recipe.
Because in 2 weeks, I'll forget about it.
I know, that's what we do too. I'm kind of, but when we're here, I'm saying, I'm going to make this and this and this, and then, I forget. But I don't really necessarily have a recipe, other than I have a product, I guess, that I wanted to talk about and ask. We were saying, I'm going to ask anybody that's watching this if you have an idea. But it's it's by Tupperware, and it's the microwave pressure cooker. So we had like a Tupperware party a while back. I did, and so that's one of the things I purchased or got with a discount. And I've had a heck of a time finding some good recipes for it. So I was just going to say, if you guys have heard of any good recipes with that, and it's the Tupperware microwave pressure cooker, to let us know. And I found some as I was looking this afternoon. I was telling you about it, so I'll try those. And then I think, try to find recipes that can save us time, right?
Yeah.
So we have more time to knit.
Well, and that's why. So I mentioned kind of briefly that chicken noodle soup. So I have actually made this in my Instant Pot, which you could probably do
you think I could
in there.
do, yeah.
I think it would just have to be a little bit smaller, but. What I normally do, this time I just cooked it on the stove. I had some rotisserie chicken left, and that was, I was thinking, okay, I better use it up, so I just chopped that up. But what I've done before in the past with my Instant Pot is I put the chicken in there with just like a little bit of water, cook the chicken first, and I do it from frozen a lot of times, like just cook the chicken breasts and then kind of shred them up a little bit. And then I add in chicken broth and some chopped up carrots and celery, just add that in there, and then I would do the soup cycle. So I think it's like 20 minutes on high pressure. So do the soup cycle, and then I would add in the noodles and do it for 3 more minutes. So that it all got cooked really well, and it's always really good. Yesterday I just did it on the stove because I mean my Instant Pot's just in there, but I was like, I'll just cook it on the stove. And all I did was I sauteed the carrots and celery for a little while. And then I just dumped in the water. I always use that, is it Better Than Bouillon? Like stuff that comes in the little thing. I think it's called Better Than Bouillon. And it's like a goo kind of.
Oh, okay.
And so I put that in there with the water, mixed that up, boiled it for, I don't know, probably like half an hour. And then just threw in the egg noodles at the end. And, well, Belle didn't eat it, but everybody else ate it.
When you have that Instant Pot, is it... like say you have to let it depressurize or whatever, is it? So when you say that you added the noodles, do you have to like let it sit for a while and then you have to add the noodles and then let it sit for a while again after that? Or
but there's a fast release on there. So you just push this little button and it releases within a couple minutes. So it's a fast release, and then I just add the noodles, put it on, and then since it's already hot, it goes up to pressure really fast. And then at the end I'd have to pop because you can do a slow release where it like really slowly releases and then the little thing goes down, or you can like push this little like the release thing, I don't know, it like there's a knob that makes it go back and forth, and if you push that then it goes and you hear it all depressurizing, so that it's like super hot steam that's coming out of there. So like you have to be really careful even when you open it, because you like flick it, but you don't want your hand to be on top at all because it's the hot steam coming out. So there's a little bit of a like time in between each one, but it's not too bad. So you'd kind of like, you'd want to be home. You couldn't just like leave it.
We were talking about it. Now when you when it's ready to open, can you clearly tell? Yeah. Can you really see when it? Yeah,
because this little thing on it, like there's like this little metal like thing that pops down, so it's easy to tell.
The one I have, that microwave pressure cooker, it says when the little flower pops up, and then when it's down. I'm like, why, flower? It's the same color, and then there's a little yellow. That's what. But it's really small, and it just pops up a little bit. So, see, I have to get used to it. I just have to learn.
Yeah, and mine's pretty easy because you see when it goes up to pressure, it goes up, and then when it's done, like when it depressurizes, it goes down. So it's pretty easy to tell when it's.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So I'll try to write out that recipe, but it's hard because I don't really follow like a specific set amount, because I'm like, okay, that looks like enough water, that looks like enough carrots, and I like just use the baby carrots and I chopped them in half.
I think with the cooler weather, we're going to probably start cooking more.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard because we ate out way too much.
And so I've been using see, me too. Last week I used that. I've talked about the Freeze Easy meals a little bit, so I used some of their recipes too, and. Yeah. Hit and miss. Like pork chops, and the kids didn't care for them too much. And I think I could have got a better cut. I got them pretty thin. So when I ate it, it was with rice, we were like, sometimes the bone breaks off. That's what was happening.
Belle was eating that when I came over. She didn't eat the pork chops, but because you had pineapple too, right? Wasn't that the night you had pineapple and rice?
I might have, yes.
Yeah, because Belle was just eating the rice. And she ate some pineapple, and she spit out. Well, I got her to eat one bite because she didn't realize I put it in her mouth. But then the next time she's like,
and I cut them really, really small. Yeah. She's probably saying, "What's that?"
Well, she's super picky. She won't eat anything. So I kind of was like, "Here's a bowl.
She ate rice.
Bite of rice. Here's a bite of something else." So
yeah. So that'll be good. We'll start doing those more too.
Yeah, and if I think about it for the pasties, I'll do that. Although that's
That'll
not going to be a
be-
quick one. I'm probably going to start that about when we get done.
Well, that's okay.
I
We
have
can
to
throw
like
in some
make
harder
the
ones. Yeah.
yeah, because I'm going to make the pastry dough or whatever, and then yeah,
See, and I have some of that puff dough in the freezer.
yeah.
We
Would
used
that
it-
work though? Because that's what I wondered.
I don't
Something
know
like
because
that
I
would
used
work.
it the other day and it came out and it doesn't look like it's going to puff up, and then you
Yeah.
cook it. So it's more like that really flaky stuff, like like cherry turnovers or apple turnovers. But I thought, you might be able to put in some. I was thinking
Something
like
savory.
a hamburger stroganoff type of thing.
Put that in there.
Put it in,
Yeah.
fold it over. Tell the kids it's Arlene's surprise. It's usually what I do, and they eat it. So
yeah.
we'll try it.
Okay, well, I guess that's it
about
for
it,
now. Yeah, and we'll be back in 2 to 3 weeks.
Try to make it 2 weeks.
Yeah,
See
I
how
think
much
we've
we
been
did.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because we've been about 3 weeks, like 2 to 3
Okay.
weeks. I don't think we've gone more than 3 weeks. So I
Good.
think that's pretty
Good.
good because
For us to
like
get
we
together,
don't,
right?
yeah, we don't just let it go for months and months and months. We've been pretty
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, we aim for 2 weeks, but sometimes it's 3. But I think that's pretty good.
And we aim for what? About half an hour. So I'm looking
Yeah,
at it right now.
well, we
You'll
half
edit
hour
out.
to 45 minutes. So
Okay, see, we're right on
that's
time.
that's my goal is to not be over 45 minutes.
And hopefully you're knitting or crocheting or something while you
Yeah.
while you are watching us fumble over words. Me.
Oh, sounds good.
So yeah, but thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in another couple weeks.
Bye.
Okay, so Grandma isn't here, so we're starting the podcast, and my mom is here, but right there. And comment below if you don't know what celery is. Click right here. Right there.
If they don't know what celery is,
Yeah. Put there or there.